You're listening to the Hella Well with Danielle show, a podcast taking women of color on a journey exploring all things wellness and travel related. We're all about showing you how to put on your oxygen mask first and creating lasting self-care habits that will free you to travel the world and live the life you truly desire, and not one you have to fake loving. I'm your host, Danielle Washington. Now let's buckle up and start this journey. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Hella Well with Danielle podcast, your weekly mental vacay for the busy woman of color who is on her healing journey and just needs a little bit of guidance. Today we are talking about one of the best ways to manage your stress levels. And I won't say I came up with this, but I wanted to share this because I can tell you right now, I've been doing this probably for the last couple weeks and I have noticed the dramatic change, and I wanted to share this with everyone in my audience. But before we get started, I wanted to kind of talk about a couple of things. First, if you are in the Bay Area, I want to make sure you know about the Well-Being Fair that's going to happen in March 19th in San Francisco. I will be putting information in the chats about that, but I will be presenting a mini Kundalini workshop and meditation, as well as giving Reiki sessions one-on-one. So I'd love for you to come. It's going to be from 1 to 5, March 19th in San Francisco. Definitely please make sure you can make it if you can. I think it's going to be great because there's going to be a lot of other great presenters as well. In addition, there's a couple of fun things coming up at the end of the month, so I want you to stay tuned, making sure you're subscribing to the podcast so you don't miss out on a couple big announcements that I'll be making coming up soon, and so that you just get this information in journal. I'll also be starting a newsletter starting in April, so there's a lot of new things coming up, so you want to make sure you're on the mailing list. You want to make sure that you're subscribing so you get this information and we can continue on this mental vacay, and so we're releasing stress. If you're new, before every episode, I always like for us to tune in. And tuning in for me is just taking a few minutes to do a little bit of breathing exercises to get us settled in the room. We often are so busy. We're so busy multitasking. You may be even multitasking right now. If that's you, it's cool. But I want you to take just less than a minute, maybe 2 minutes max of your time, and just take a moment to pause, get centered, get in this space. And there's all different types of breathing exercises, which I love, but this one is a little bit different, and I wanted to share it with you guys. It's kind of a way to clear your mind of, any thoughts that may be kind of getting in your way of being here, being present, any emotions that may be getting in your way of being present, and just kind of, again, taking that moment to clear your mind, to be here, to be present. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 sniffs in, 3 sniffs in, and then we're going to release through our mouth. So our mouth is going to make an O shape and go pow, pow. So 3 sniffs in, pow, pow. 3 sniffs in, pow, pow. 3 sniffs in, one more time, 3 sniffs in, and then release through your mouth, pow, pow. And just take a moment to be still. Noticing what may be coming up, noticing might have cleared from your mind. Setting attention for this moment to be present, to get this information of how one of the best ways to keep your stress levels down. If you closed your eyes, I want you to just take one big, deep inhale, exhaling it all out, opening your eyes, and let's begin today's podcast episode. Stress. We all have stress. Stress sucks. I don't think there is, no matter how far you are on your healing journey, stress doesn't go away. It shifts. It may not show up as much, but I don't believe there's a person in life that has found a way. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't met that person, but I don't think there's a person in life where levels of stress don't exist. And it could be something as minor as, where are my keys? That triggers the sympathetic nervous system. And it's like that fight or flight that's like, oh my God, I'm late. Or that feeling of something's wrong. Like that just exists in all of us. And it's a part of our body. But where I want us to get into is kind of tapping more into that parasympathetic nervous system area, which just allows us to relax. It allows us to reduce stress. And there's many different ways to reduce stress, but this one tip I'm about to share with you is one of the best ways to keep your stress levels down. And I said this earlier, I didn't come up with this. I saw this on Instagram. I was following Candace Denise, who has amazing content. She's just so chill. I love the way she talks and just the way she kind of just portrays herself and how she gives us these juicy tidbits of how to take care of ourselves. And she said one time, let them have it. And I was like, girl, she's like, that was one of the best ways to let your stress levels kind of drop. And I was like, let them have it. I was like, damn. So is she giving us permission to go off on people? And I'm like, I'm here for this. I'm like, I'm going to listen more, because I'm like, how do you go off on people without like getting into fights, maybe getting hurt, maybe getting killed, maybe getting cussed out? And as I listened further, she's like, it's not what you think. She's like, it doesn't mean letting them have it doesn't mean going off on people. It means letting people think that they won. It means, oh, you want to argue? Have at it. You want to cut me off on the freeway? Girl, have at it. Oh, you think your opinion is the only one that matters? Have at it. You think belittling and gaslighting me makes you look better or stronger than me? Have at it. Have at it. It's letting them think that they won. And it's a form of surrender. Let's keep it real. It's a form of surrender. But oftentimes we think, oh my God, if I surrender, I'm going to look weak, or I'm weak. And nah, I want you to understand, and things that I learned from her, and when I thought about what she was saying, is surrendering, letting someone have it. Like, you know what? You want this? You want to think you got this? You want to think you won? Kudos, boo. I'm going to let you have this. It's not a form of defeat. It's not a form of weakness. It's actually a form of protecting your energy. It's a form of saying that this ain't worth it. It's not giving up. And oftentimes we think surrendering may be giving up. It's not giving up. Well, I guess, yes, it is giving up. It's giving up to say that this isn't worth it. Meaning sometimes when you're surrendering, oftentimes it's not surrendering, it doesn't mean you're weak. It means that, this is not worth my time. This is not worth my emotions. And more importantly, this is not worth my energy. We have so little energy in 24 hours. Yet oftentimes we're exerting our energy on things that really don't matter in our life, that aren't going to move the needle, that aren't going to make us feel any better in life. Yep, here we are. I find myself doing it all the time. Like, I get in arguments with my dad about the stupidest things, and I'm like, I have to ask myself afterwards, was that really worth it? Did I have to really push my point? And I think for me, and maybe for other people who are listening to this, there's been a time in my life where I had to be right. I had to be right because that was how I validated myself. I validated myself based on the information that I knew, based off of what people thought about me. So if someone thought I was weak, someone thought I was surrendering and that I didn't win the battles, then my worth wasn't there. I had no self-worth. There was no point to me. There was no validation into me breathing into this life. Circle back a couple of years forward where I am today, and I'm like, nah. What I'm realizing is surrendering, letting people have it, letting folks think that they have it. Let them have it. Letting them have it is one of the best ways for me to keep my stress level down, because when you start getting into these battles of trying to win, your stress level goes up. You get into this fight or flight mentality. Most of the time, it's about fighting. All right, you want to fight with me? I'm ready. I'm ready. You want to take this parking spot when I've been waiting? Oh, I'm ready to fight. Oh, no, you're not getting this parking space. Oh, you want to get in front of me in line at the store? You want to cut me off? You want to grab the last item on a Christmas Day sale? No, you ain't having this. I'm ready to fight. And that's how we normally act, because we think that someone is challenging our worth. They're challenging our honor. They're challenging our pride. But pride will get you in levels of stress that cause blood pressure, that cause insomnia, that causes you to overeat, that causes other diseases. So what I'm taking from this, which is why I strongly believe this is one of the best ways to keep your stress levels down, is I'm going to let people think that they won. I don't need to win every argument. One of the beautiful things that she mentioned, and I so believe is so true, is oftentimes a lot of our stress that we endure in life is self-inflicted. We didn't have to have any of these battles. I didn't have to battle the girl in the Whole Foods store who thought she should go in front of me, or acted like I wasn't standing there. Because oftentimes I'd be like, oh, did you think that black people didn't matter, that I don't exist? You would often see me saying, yes, I'm black and I do matter. When people act like I am not there and they cut me off, or they cut me off physically, verbally, in many different ways. Because I feel that sometimes others think that, oh, I should be entitled to be speaking. I should be entitled to go in front of you. I should be entitled because I'm a man. I'm a non-black. I'm this, I'm that, and that. And I often would say, no, I do matter. Yes, I am black and I still matter. But what I wasn't realizing is those conversations that I was inflicting stress onto myself. I was inflicting being in fight mode. And the reality of it, in all these situations, all these frustrations we have, and these stressful moments that will come up in your life, there's a choice. You have a choice. You could dive in deep and get into that fight, stressful mode and keep your stress levels high, your blood pressure high. Or you can get out the freaking pool. Be like, the water is not for me. I'm not messing up my hair. I'm going to get out the pool and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to take a chill pill. I'm going to enjoy the sun. I'm going to enjoy life. I'm going to enjoy not being a stress level. It's a choice. It's a choice to dive deep or get out the pool. But oftentimes we self-inflict and be in the pool because we gotta be worthy. We gotta show our worth. And so I want to invite you to think and shift that surrendering doesn't always have to mean defeat. Letting someone think that they have it, that they've won, doesn't mean you lost. It doesn't mean giving up doesn't mean that you're weak. It just simply means that I'm protecting my energy today. I'm protecting my emotions today. I'm protecting my time. So I want you to ask yourself next time these things occur, is this worth my precious energy? Your boss comes at you sideways, or a coworker. Ask yourself, is this worth my precious energy? Your child says something flippant at you, or your partner does some lying, gaslighting-ish moments, or something just doesn't feel right. Ask yourself, is this worthy of my precious energy to get into fight mode, to increase my stress levels? Ask yourself, if today was my last day on this earth, would I want this to be the last thing I exhausted my energy on? And if the answer is yes, dive deep, girl. Dive deep and win your battle, if that's what works for you. But if the answer is no, or maybe it's time to say, I'm going to let you have that. I'm going to let you have that because I am protecting myself. I am protecting my energy. My energy is worthy of protection, and I'm honoring it. I hope you got something out of this. I hope that you take these small moments of mental vacay to discover how you can reduce your stress levels. And maybe it's a moment of just taking a moment to breathe. You say, I'm going to let them have it. And then you incorporate some breathing. Maybe you're doing some long, deep inhales and exhales. Maybe you're doing some box breathing where you breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, and then hold the breath out for a count of 4. There's so many different ways that you can use the breath to really change and shift your mindset. But before that, sometimes you just got to tell people, I'm going to let you have that. Again, I love you, and I'll see you guys next week. Ciao. Thanks for joining us this week on the Hello Well with Danielle show. Make sure to visit our website, hellowellwithdanielle.com, where you can subscribe to our show on iTunes, Spotify, and Amazon Music and never miss an episode. Also, you can follow us on social media at Hello Well with Danielle on Facebook and Instagram, and Hello Well Danny on Twitter. And if you hella love the show and got some good nuggets out of it, know that I'm not too proud to ask for you to please leave a rating or review on iTunes so that we can continue to expand our reach and help other women of color. Again, thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you next week. Ciao.